Welcome to another episode of Ground Floor, where we can agree to disagree and still be family. That's the theme song, What Up, Though, from my second album, Jerome World. Out on Amazon, everywhere. Go get it. Own the music and copyright. Don't mute nothing on Facebook. I'm your host of all the titles, Jerome. My co-host, Jerome. Got some panelists coming in. Last week was very serious. This week we're going to have some fun.
This week we're going to have some fun. Let's bring them on, Jeff.
We're going to bring up our Cooley High alum, last week guest, Kia. Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
What's good, bro? You all right?
Man, we hanging in there for a young Saturday.
I hear that.
Yeah.
So we're going to go with a few topics today. It's going to be a fun one, a lot of trash. There's stuff going on in the world. I titled this one, Dating in 2025 is Hot and Ready.
He done let the world know it's gonna be some shenanigans tonight already. Okay.
I mean, we gave it to you so serious. We gotta let you get your popcorn, your drink, your juice, and Gatorade, and crack your joke. Like, okay,
right. I was like, do I come on with the martini for this one, or do I just, So since I ain't know what the climate was, I just grabbed some water just in case.
Hey, we ground and sexy. Whatever you do, that you in the comfort of your crib.
Hey, the thing we encourage over here, if you go drink, you drink responsibly. See you at home in the confines of your own place.
And hydrate.
And hydrate.
Right.
Well, won't you do one of these? Like, oh, Lord, there's a woman down.
That is hilarious.
So the first one, I sent everybody a video. Lady was going in on her husband like, look, I don't cook, I don't clean. I take care of the kids. He take care of everything else because you know what his place is. And I'm like, wow. And like somebody laid on the video, she crying, snot coming out her nose. Man, he told me get the F out, this and that and other. And I'm like, I'm sad to say it, but I thought he was a punk. Because I'm like, this your husband, this one you made vows you want to grow old and die with, have a great life. You talking like Key Willie Lump. Like, who does this? What's y'all opinion on this madness?
Man, listen. She said, I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't do nothing in between. It was it was hilarious to me. But see, there you go judging. You just immediately put this man in a classification of punk. Now, what I looked at was she was just mad disrespectful. Like she just put him out there and was just disrespectful to him all the way around. Like, how can you call this your husband and then say you don't want to help him with nothing? Like everything is your responsibility. I only cook for my kids. Like you're not even gonna feed the man, but you said that it was his job to provide, but you're not gonna give him no meal. Like I'm not doing his laundry. I'm only doing my laundry and my kids' laundry. I'm not folding it. I'm not helping you put it up. I'm not doing anything. It's like, what happened to partnership? But you still saying that you wanted him to provide. Now, one thing that she didn't mention is, do you have a job? Are you working? Because obviously by the end of that video, Jerome, she was crying, talking about some. He put me out and I don't have no place to go. So baby girl, if you didn't have a place to go and no money coming in, you should have been being quiet.
Listen, all I can say is, in today's world, like you said, we don't know. We just speaking hypothetically. Let's just say they got an 85-15. She brings in 15%, whatever that goes towards, light bill, whatever, something small. Let's say he's taking care of everything else, the car notes and everything like that. You mean to tell me if he doing all of that, you can't, if this would have been 95,
he can't get a hot dog.
Probably hard if you ain't have Big Mama or your mom, somebody, an auntie that taught you how to throw down in that kitchen. But we living in 2025 now. Thank God. We got YouTube. They got the young lady cooking with Kaya. Yeah. Hey, you better go learn something from one of these little young Thundercats out here. And the thing is,
yeah, about that one.
the thing is,
not the best example, but anyway, go ahead.
Hey, no,
we're gonna talk about that in another week. We gotta talk about that.
I use that to say, when you could go on YouTube It don't have to be her. It can be anybody. I'm just saying, as a wife, you should be able, because like I said, I'm giving an example of an 85-15. If I'm putting up 85%, that's just like we all have Miss Constant. If Miss Constant said, Jerome, all you got to do is X, Y, Z, and I'm going to give you 85%. You think I'm going to do, I don't even care about that 15 because that 85 going to be that B that I need to pass Miss Constant's class. So whatever she say to do, if she say, hey, come to her house and, mow the lawn, I don't care what she say to do. I'm doing whatever I have to do to get the 85%, and everything like that. So I just feel like you said, the disrespect was there.
Oh, man.
And if you don't respect your husband, who do you respect? It's kind of like, it's funny. I done heard people over the years say, you're not my daddy. You're not my daddy. You're right. He's your husband. Did you not read the Bible when it say leave and cleave? You're supposed to cleave onto that husband and leave the family that you knew. Meaning you could go visit them. They can even have a key to your house if that's something you and your husband agrees to. But we're talking about newness. Like she left her family. That's why Sarah had to hug her brothers and everybody. She never seen them again. You never see in the Bible where she's seen them again in that thing. So sometimes when you say I do, you may not even be in the same city as the mom and dad again. You got to go and visit them however many times your budget allows per year. But for this young lady to come on there and say, well, she's not, that's the problem today. You can't go so adamantly and say, I'm not going to do this. I'm not, because I ain't like the dude was hitting on her and doing any of that type of stuff for you to say that. And at the end, like you said, don't cry now. don't cry now. You remember we all went to school, whatever, that mom came to the school, you like, hey man, that person was acting up. Man, I don't care nothing about that. Like, hey man, there go so-and-so mom. I bet you he care now. Like, hey, he quiet. Like, hey, keep that same energy. Hey, we wasn't using that word, but basically you was pretty much saying keep that same energy when you was acting up. Now that Mom Dukes that showed up, keep that same energy.
And see, I'm since you being Brother Rome, I'm gonna come from the other perspective. I get sick and damn tired of all these videos everybody making. Just be like, this dude a bum, he a scrub, like, but you chose him, and you don't get an ending like, oh, he told you about yourself. About damn time. Let's get some balance out here. That's all I want. Just a little balance.
Listen, if we're gonna balance it, let's balance it all the way. Because y'all quick to tell a woman that, but you chose him, but he chose her.
That's true too.
So he got what he got, right? So he need to choose more wisely too. Now, it looks like he stood up for himself and put her out, but at the same time, like going back to what you were saying, Jerome, when you said you leave and cleave, two become one. So if two become one, if we are one, why would I not make sure that you eat? Why would I not make sure that you're taken care of? That goes both ways. It's just not a wifely duty. You know what I'm saying? Like if we won, I'm not going to neglect myself. So I'm going to make sure that you're healthy. I'm going to make sure that you whole. I'm going to make sure that you're emotionally stable. Like all of these things play a part because we won. So if you fall, that means I fall, which means I'm a representation of you. And you are a representation of me. So to get on there like she did with the blatant disrespect and just say that I'm just not going to do anything, it's like that was the ultimate. And so she had to come back and eat crow. So she would, but he didn't go on. Once again, he didn't do a public display for her and go on there and say, you this and that and get up out my house. She came back and said, he told me I had to get up out the house. And now I'm packing my little bag and my husband don't want me no more. But he could have outed her. He could have been disrespectful to her the same way, but he didn't even come that way. Right. So she really played herself. And so, she
you don't
figure out what she gonna do.
You really don't see a lot of, even last year, you don't really see a lot of dudes making them type of videos. You had that one where the dude was paying for the wedding for his stepdaughter, and the father was a bum. And she wanted that dude to walk her down the aisle, and that's when he crashed out. Like, look, I ain't paying for a damn thing. I done raised her since he was 5 years old. This dude ain't been around. I done put all his work in, and this is my moment. Like, yeah, this me. I put that work in. She a real one. You want that dude to get it, and even mama on board. Like, all right, let y'all call him. And that was a topic too. A lot of people, a lot of content creators talking about it. Some females said that ain't fair, that ain't right. Some females said, no, you got a point. If you put that work in, why would you want this bum to walk you down the aisle that ain't done nothing for you? Only dad you know is this dude that's been here. And you're going to disrespect him by, you're going to fit the bill and stay in the background. I'm going to let him walk me out like he done something. That's going to be the assumption everybody at the wedding going to assume. When he ain't done 2 rocks or nothing.
That's a whole different discussion. That's about abandonment and a whole bunch of other things on having a father that wasn't there, and then now you want him to walk you down the aisle. That's like longing for something that you never had. It's not a thing of, oh, he did, making it seem like he did a whole lot. That's just a other deep down seated trauma stuff.
And the dude was hurt.
People don't know nothing about. You know what I mean? And it had very little to do with the man that was representing as a father and making sure that she had everything that she needed and was there, versus the abandonment and neglect that she had been feeling, and the love that she been longing for from her biological dad the whole time. Now, what needed to have happened was a conversation.
1,000%. 1,000%. Because like Kia said, that's a whole nother topic, Jeff. So I won't go into depth on that because we'll get long and drawn out. But I think that what we was talking about with the young lady with her husband, I just feel like I think is one of those things where Jeff and I talked about this on here before with a different topic, Kia. And I think a lot of people don't really understand that when men marry, they're marrying her for who she is right then and there in that moment, meaning her characteristics, who she is. So I'm pretty sure maybe she showed them glimpses, because some people truly old school, they don't, sleep, or not, I shouldn't say sleep, but stay in the same household until they actually get married. So they might have spent the night, but you're not living there, either way. And sometimes you just don't know. So let's just say she cooked for him here and there and gave him glimpses of what he can have when you say I do. And so men marry hoping that the woman that they marry doesn't change. And women marry hoping that the man does change, meaning gets better, makes more money, whatever. You're hoping that he becomes better. Even if he's here, you want him to be there. It's just like a closer relationship with God. If that's lacking, it's always ways to improve. That's the way women come into it. So let's just say she started out one way, and after he said I do, she switched gears on him. And if that was the case, I say kudos to the young man for doing what he did, because at some point, I look at it like the way the NFL is. Every year there's a draft, and it's like anybody can replace you. You can't never get so confident and think that, I'm gonna start a QB. Okay, what does that mean? If you out here throwing these interceptions, you out here, throwing pick sixes, guess what's going to happen? They're going to replace you. And my thing is, yes, you have counseling. Yes, you have all of these different things. But when you have somebody so boldly to disrespect you, so boldly to tell you what you're not going to do, guess what? You better off single. Why would you invest? We just used the example of 85. Why would I continue to put my 85 into that? Don't cry. I would have made it worse in the video, because don't cry now. You weren't crying. You weren't crying when you talking about you weren't gonna make nothing. I don't want you on there crying.
That's what I'm saying, man. All that bullshit she was talking. Now you got this snot in the nose.
Don't cry now.
Hey.
Keep that same energy.
She didn't have to make that video. Like, what was that?
Hey, keep that same energy. You know what I'm saying? Because see, dudes who really doing right, it ain't about another woman. But what it is about is your peace and your happiness. And you won't allow somebody to continue to disrespect you, to steal your peace, steal your joy and your happiness. When you start having those things, it's like, hey, I'm better off, I'm better off being by myself. And I feel like he just got sick and tired of being sick and tired on that day. And was like, okay, keep on thinking.
He had to pop out on shore finally. Because he could have been putting up there, like you said, kid, for a while, and like, wait a minute, she made a video. Okay. Friends probably calling like, dog. It's like that, bro. That's what you put up with. Because she just
crazy.
Now, another video I came across that I think Jerome sent me, or someone sent me. A young lady was out on a date with a guy, and she ordered 10 to-go dinners for her 3 kids. Now, the waitress, she tried to be cool with my man looking, and I don't know why this young lady is filming this. Like, why you got to be live with everything? Because his look is like, what the fuck? He literally had that look. Like, wait a minute, you got kids? Like, what? Like, it like he caught himself like, babe, excuse me, come back to us for a minute. She's like, I'm just writing it down. Like, come back to us. Now, the bad part, the girl got to look like, what, you not going to pay for it? I'm like, you just 10 to-go meals? And then it's like, you didn't tell me you got kids. I didn't even know this part. You trying to order all this food. What's going on with you?
So I take it this was a first date on top of everything.
Yeah.
Whew.
He didn't know she had kids. Like, how? So apparently I'm assuming he had to ask. And she said no. Unless he was that foolish and didn't do enough due diligence, ask a lot of basic questions to know that. I was more shocked. You can't order some hot and ready's for the babies or think of something already for the crib while you going out. Or ask this man in advance. You really just going to be, oh yeah, little Timmy, and he's getting kind of big, so yeah, I'm going to order this. Just having a good time ordering this dude. Look like, what the fuck is going on? It's like, I'm being pranked. And the waitress, she's trying not to laugh, like, oh, he don't look happy. I'm here to order. I'm just here to take the order. Like, y'all just let me know what y'all gonna do. And she was shocked that he had an issue with him. What is going on? Who raised these people? You
said it's hot and ready. You know what? I get tired of these videos because these ladies
oh Lord,
make real women look bad. Because now we have this whole conversation and this divisiveness over women act like this these days and men act like this these days, as opposed to us seeing it for what it is, right? Like, these not for real women. You just sitting up here trying to take advantage of somebody. So it's a huge character flaw. But because these videos keep coming out, it's like, this is how they are now, And so we keep lumping everybody in the same category. And so people now coming with the expectation and the guard up, because we talking about dating. The guard up is what I see when I go in all of these blogs is all women wanted somebody with money. They just want us to spend a whole bunch of money on them when we go out to eat. Right? And then you have the same thing when it comes to the men and the expectations and the stereotypes and all of that. It's like, where is the character? What is really going on? Hey,
what's up, Sonia?
Oh, hey, how you guys doing?
Hey.
It's that whole thing. I was listening already, and I always have an opinion about that. I think some of these women are women that don't go out that often, and when they go out, they just want to take advantage of a fella.
Yeah.
Because if you're going out with somebody, why are you trying to have him take a meal home or pack up a meal for the kids? Now, I've been out, and when my daughter was younger, but I would say give me a separate bill so I can pay for my daughter's food. Now, there has been times when a fellow might say, you know what, I'll take care of the baby food. That's on him, but I didn't ask him. It's not appropriate if you're going out on a date to ask, can you take food home to the kids, or to be greedy. I was just having a conversation with my mother about one of my family members who has this really nice guy she's going out with. But when she goes out, she goes overboard. She wants to order, she got chicken and fries, a baked potato and ribs, some soup, 3 drinks, some bread. And then so I said to her, you can't even eat all of that. So she packing up everything to take a grocery bag home. But some of these women I think they just don't get asked out that much. And they're just attempting to take advantage of these guys.
I mean, that's another way of looking at it. But it's the expectation of it for me. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing that we going out and, you know, you're paying for but without even asking, you just start ordering 10 meals. Like, I got 20 kids. I need you to get a separate meal for each one. It's the expectation of it all. Now, like you said, if I'm a woman and I have children, I'm going to say, okay, I need to take my babies home something to eat. Let me get, like you said, let me get a separate bill. Right. I'll do that. If he offers, then that's another thing. Right. But just with the expectation and the entitlement of it all, that's the thing that they listen. They got some kahunas. They ballsy around here.
Man, that dude's face was priceless because he just had that. What the fuck is going on?
You know, sometimes I also think the women might be out of their range. Like, might normally not be somebody that would go out with him anyway. And so he goes out with her and he goes overboard. He feels the need to, whatever she asks for, he's going to take care of because he's so excited that he has a woman of that caliber that's attempting to go out on a date with him. So I think that happens sometimes because I know a guy and he was just, we started talking and he wanted to know the name of the place I wanted to go to on a first date. And I'm more of a coffee. I told somebody, listen, Panera Bread, you pick 2 is perfect. So we can kind of get to know each other. I have no problem with it. But he said that someone had tricked him and he went to Morton's Steakhouse. Mm-hmm. And he said by the time he was finished on that date, he paid $350 and that was just her meal.
Ooh.
He tripped hard. But I think that he was so excited to go out with her. And I'm like, he was like, well, you know, she ordered her meal and her appetizer and a couple of drinks. And by the time we got the bill, and he didn't even go out with her again after that. So I just think, you know, I always say date in your zone or in your lane, whatever comfortable for you. What's your price range? And let the girl know, you know, when you ask that young lady, tell her you want to go out and she, you know, says, well, I'd rather go to Morton's. Well, you know what? I had Panera Bread in mind. And if she says, oh, no, Panera, then that's not the one for you. Mm-hmm. Let her go on, you know, avoid that.
I agree.
I like what the lady said there, Jeff. You know, with us representing the men, I would say, you know, it's always different when somebody has kids because, you know, it's one of those things where if he didn't know she had kids, that's his fault for not, you know, having that engaging conversation ahead of time. But let's be real. The ladies of our day, everyone that's on here on the panel today, people had, you know, the respect to let you know, like ahead of time, like, hey, you know, especially if you've been talking, let's just say you've been talking for 4 weeks before you went out or something. Mm-hmm. And the person would be like, hey, you know, my kids with the babysitter, you don't have to tell them all the details, who they with, family member or not, but they should be somewhere where they're good. You shouldn't even want to put that type of thing on a dude that you don't know for 10 different to go, you know, places. It's kind of like, I'll be looking at the young lady like, are you homeless? Like, what's going on? Like, You know what I'm saying? Like for you to get 10, you didn't get like 2, you didn't get 3, you know. Because I tell y'all a true story. So if y'all ever travel here to Atlanta for church or business, they got a restaurant here called Copeland's. I had no idea what that is being from Detroit. I'm like, okay, cool. I started researching, like, what the hell? I let this girl pick this, like, damn. So I'm thinking like maybe she don't eat steaks, maybe she don't eat whatever. So I get down there, she ordering the steak, just like just like Sonya said with a family member. I'm looking at the thing like I did one of my man, like, ho. Time out. Wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute. We got the appetizer, you get this. Like, who gonna eat all this? She's like, and she was small. I'm looking like, no. I'm like, look, we getting one appetizer, one this. Then she's like, oh, so you putting a limit? I said, absolutely. I'm paying for that. You talking about? I'm putting a limit. I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm only like 24 at the time. You ain't about to be busting my bill like that. Like, hey, man. I went to that server like, hey. They don't listen to her. If I ain't ordering it, don't you come back over here asking for that. Yeah, I was like, come on now. The good thing is she didn't drink alcohol, so I had to worry about that part.
Oh man.
But it was the food part. I'm looking like, no, we're not getting all this stuff.
It's a good thing she didn't, because if she did, she probably would have ordered her drink and it would have been top shelf.
Oh, it would have been way too top notch.
Yeah, she would have ordered top shelf.
Yeah, it would have been way too top notch for me. I would have had to pay.
But see, that's the thing. You got to know who you're dealing with.
That's true.
And if you
see, because when I go out, you know, if I go out with myself, I'm go out with my sisters, we order appetizers and we have drinks, and so the bill might be what the bill is. You know what I mean? So you got to know who it is that you taking out on a date. Am I dating somebody who order all of this stuff on a regular, or are they trying to get over and get something that they normally wouldn't pay for? Right?
I think that's a female thing, because I think all females, we enjoy food. We order appetizers. We're tasting the appetizers from each other's plates. We're sharing food, entrees, desserts. Men don't do that. And I don't think that men understand that. And men don't want to share. But when I tell everybody, listen, when I go out, I want an appetizer. I want a cocktail, I want a salad. I'm getting an entree. And I need all my food to be spaced out. I want to enjoy it, but I'll pay for my own food.
Right.
I'm not asking nobody to pay for my food, so I get it.
No, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Y'all bring up a good point. I'm thinking, dang, do we as guys go and
no?
And I'm like,
you ain't sharing nothing.
I remember.
Y'all 100% right. If I get the appetizer, it's for me, not them.
I mean, I was very picky with food years ago, dating. Where we going? Chili's. Only thing I really like there is nachos, for example. Just make something up. So I'm gonna get that. And the person I was dating, every time we go out, you order about the same stuff. I'm order what I eat. You're gonna try something different today, like, oh, what you talking to like that? Like, she give me a command to do. I don't know if I want to try nothing different. I don't want to have no stomach issues, and I'm on a date. That's gonna be very awkward. I don't want the problems. I don't want the problems.
This dude don't
want. But she got me to try like the air roll. Like, you're gonna try this air roll, like, Jeff, trust me, ain't nothing wrong with it. Like, I hear you. You look fine too. That's made me think about this, but I don't know about this air roll. Just try it. You might like it. I finally tried. I did, and she really got me to start being a little adventurous with food. Because I'm simple. Okay, I'm gonna wear. Give me the burger and fries. I know I eat that. I don't know about other stuff that sound off French, whatever. I'm cool. I don't got no time for no problem. Because I know if I'm out and you get, fellas understand what I'm talking about. It might sound comical, but they know if you get there, boo boo. Oh no, not now. Supposed to be a good night. You don't want to have a problem. You want to make sure you eat something that's good on the body, good. Y'all might go somewhere else. Fellas, y'all know what I'm talking about. Jerome, you know what I'm talking about.
Hey, all I know is
you don't want no problem.
I'm glad the young lady got you to broaden your horizons, because I definitely go to the restaurants to get something different. Like a lot of times I'll talk to the server and I'll say, what do you recommend? And then the person, sometimes they'll say, hey, I'm vegetarian, so I eat this. Or I don't eat seafood, so I eat this. I like this. And I'll go in there and try what they recommend. And I always tease them when I say, now, if I don't like this, now that's coming out your tip and everything. And then they were like, don't do me like that. And I'm like, no, I'm just joking. But I always go to try some different things. So I know, you kind of know your body, Jeff. Once you get, a certain age and up.
Yeah, but it's like back in the day.
You know what not to eat. That's the key thing. I know what not to eat when I go out versus what to try. That's going to be different.
I mean, back then I tried it. I had a bad experience, and I don't have middle ground. That's why I named these platforms that. Either I'm used to I know it's going to be good and I ain't going to have no problems, or nothing. So all that trying, I'm good.
So you don't like to experiment?
Now. But back then,
back
after that
then,
experience, like, nah, I wasn't feeling it. But as I got older, like, okay, the worst case scenario, you might have an issue later on when you get home. Okay. But you'll be all right. You'll live through it. But I man, you know who I am, but Ro, good plan. You know what I mean?
Hey,
ain't no middle ground.
Hey.
Nah.
Wow.
I ain't do all that.
No, it's funny, kid, because he say all that. I ain't been out with Jeff to go to a real restaurant since we went to Bahama Breeze that time.
Oh, no, not that.
we went to Bahama Breeze for his birthday. And Jeff in there picking drinks, just doing any, meeny, mighty, mo. And I was like, hey, man. I said, how many did you have? He said, I done lost count. I said, hey, man, give me the keys, man, because you ain't got to be driving us home.
The goal was to get blitzed. Like, all right, squad, we out, we having fun. You going to take the keys? I'm going to be doing like this. Give me that. I did about 7 times, and finally one, how you get like, oh, okay, I'm buzzed now. It caught up to me. First, I'm like, this bullshit. This ain't no drink. It tastes like what? They get out of my face, man. Give me something else.
Oh, man, that's funny.
Now, next story. What's with the M? Q? What's all that for?
Look, I'm still on the bubble guts on the date. We don't want you to have no bubble guts on the date. I said I'm still on the bubble guts on the date. But okay.
hey, kid, I don't know what Jeff talking about. That must have been back in his younger years, because you supposed to know what not to dang eat.
See,
don't go eat nothing spicy.
It's like everybody knows what you can't eat.
See. This is when I got correct people. Don't let Jerome fool you out that bull jab he talking. Like, I'm just so steamed. I would never had a problem. Negro, I'm your ride or die. I know your ass. Cut it out.
Man, listen. I just
stop all that.
Did you hear my response?
I know the stories, brother. Stop all that.
Oh my goodness.
I know the body's buried. Stop all that. Stop acting like I'm saying something that most men don't understand going out.
Hey, as we used to say in high school, back on the ranch.
Yeah. I have Hanukkah too. Oh, that bull jab you talking right now. Now the next story, Miami Heat player Jimmy Butler, Jerome sent me this story, is paying $55,000 for child support.
Oh, say it correctly.
$55,000 per month for child support. His baby mama feel that's not enough. When he sent it to me, I didn't really look at it because he sent me a lot of them. Like, okay, I'll check this out, maybe do that, we'll cover that one later. And I re-looked at it earlier, like, well, wait a minute. A month? That's $660,000 a year, and that ain't enough. What the hell going on? So we felt we should talk about that.
What was her lifestyle accustomed to before then?
That's the thing. We don't know her, what she was. Like, I don't know if she was a content creator. I just don't know. I don't know if she was just a regular person from a
I don't know if
restaurant, with a regular 9 to 5. We don't know what her professional status was prior to meeting him and everything. We just know she's saying 55 per month, 55K per month is not enough for the child.
Well, child support is determined off of the total amount you make annually. It's a percentage.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he's making that type of money, but I feel like those guys, it always appears that something's going on with them. Protect yourself. You already know you need to get a prenup, you need to get married, but they be so caught up in the moment. I would discuss all of those things ahead of time, because and I know if a woman knows that you're making $1 million per year, they're going to ask for a large amount of child support. And a lot of times, half of those women that have babies with them probably didn't care anyway. When I had my child, the judge ordered my husband to pay, I think it was $700-800 a month, which wasn't a lot. I decreased it to $100 a month. My ex-husband spent time with my daughter. He picked my daughter up. He tutored my daughter. I said, so even though he wasn't there financially, he was actually there taking care of her. So I think it has a lot to do with who they select. And and I know a lot of times they're going with a snow bunny. So that's one.
That part.
They're already schooled. Those girls, all they want is their money. If you look at some of them and look at the girl that they were dating, they wouldn't normally even be able to get that girl. They only got her because she had, they're only with them because they're making money.
Their status. Yeah.
So that's a lot of money. I thought that was per year.
No, that's a month.
Nah, I knew it was a month because I knew it was a month because it was Jimmy Butler. But that's the whole thing. What you said is a good point. You know what I mean? You know your status. People been talking about you, about who you could get from the time you could be a pro, right? So with that in mind, you got to protect yourself. It's like time out for all of this. Why she trying to get me for all of this and that, bro? You know your caliber. You know the income that you make. You want to keep it? Then you better wrap it up. You better sign it and have the stuff signed on the dotted line to make sure that you're good. But the other point is that is your child. And so you're going to pay based off of your finances.
Now, should that law be changed or tweaked?
Well, now coming up with the new president.
That
if you pay child support, the man or who's ever paying the child support gets to claim the child on the tax returns. So he'll be able to pick up some of that, not quite that amount, but he'll be able to pick up some of that back.
That's wild.
Oh yeah, that's what's coming.
Yeah.
Why you say that's wild, kid?
Because if you're not taking care of the child, like I get you be able to maybe claim some, but like as sole dependent.
Yeah.
I'm taking care of that child. And then now let's get over to Jimmy Butler and all of this. He got the money. Okay. Let's think about those who aren't paying their fair share and they're not spending time with the child. And simply because of the fact
they won't get it's only if you pay child support.
And that's what I'm saying. And just because of the fact that you're paying child support, people pay child support based on their income. So what if you're not paying your fair share in that based upon going back and forth? Or what if you only pay some months you pay, some months you don't pay, but at the same time, the other partner is the one who has the child the majority of the time. So now you get to file, you not taking care of the child, you barely paying child support, or you not paying your fair share of the child support, right? And then on top of it, you get to file taxes because you think you're getting a refund.
Yeah.
I mean, from guys I know that do pay and be involved, they feel it's a one-sided system.
Oh, the system sucks.
Because, like, say, if you're a trucker making $100,000, well, you can afford $8,000 a month. She got her own job, though. Yeah, but it's based on that's some bull. If she got a job just because you're making $1 million, you're gonna just come on. You got that 100,000 to pay a month. You can afford it. That's not really fair. The kid don't need that much. With like these absorbent amounts that people are paying, and it's not everybody, because some people are maybe getting 800. But if they're a high earner, what's going on? Y'all hear that?
Mm-hmm.
I hear.
Just some feedback, a little bit of feedback.
That shouldn't be me. Ain't been doing it. That's weird. I don't know where it's coming from. But it's kind of crazy that it's doing that with the how much you made, that's how much you pay.
Yeah. And sometimes they will allow you to provide receipts. Like sometimes she would actually have to show the reasons why or show receipts. So she's going to have to document it in the court system to show the reason why she feels it needs to be increased. So, a lot of times I guess private schools but I can't think of no kid that need 55,000 a month.
That's what I was just about to touch on.
That's her rent or her mortgage. It sounds like she's not working.
People make that a year.
Her source of income.
Yes. And then see the thing is, like you lady said, the high value men that's going to the leagues, NFL, NBA, MLB, they have to be careful because you are being preyed on.
Yeah.
The NBA in particular, they got groups out there. They put in the group what hotel the players staying at. They tell them how to post up at the bar so they can meet them as they go out and about. So it's a trap, And if you fall victim to look good,
which they do
all the time, whether she looks Persian, whether she's white, whether she's black, looking exotic, Latina, at the end of the day, you can't fall for that look good. That look good can come back to cost you this $55K per month. And for her to say that that's not enough, I'm interested to see where this goes in the weeks to come, because I want, at some point, it's going away from the child to your personal life. It's not about the child. Because like you all said, $55K per month, what child is going to spend that amount of money? I don't care if they 14, 15, they could be in travel ball, cheerleading. I mean, they still not spending that kind of money. I personally knew a guy, I never knew how much he made per year, but I know he had to pay $5,000 per month for one child. And I remember when he was dating her, the daughter was probably about, and the mother said, I need more money. He not doing enough, And he had a conversation with her. He said, you will get more money from me if you don't do child support. She said, no, I'm doing child support. You know how people get when you break up. And he kept all his receipts. And when I say all, I mean all. Everything he did. His daughter called him, Daddy, I got this coming up, cheerleading, I got this. Outside of that, he would still do certain things for his daughter. Boom. Kept all those receipts. They went to court. The judge was a woman, looked like us. And the judge said, I know you didn't bring this man in here when this man been paying this and he's been doing XYZ. She ended up making her pay him $2,500 a month after that. So basically, he got a reduction. And so she basically, it came and backfired in the end, because here's a man who was doing the right thing, was going to do more than, the fair share, but she chose to go through the system and then tried to screw him in the end.
That's because some women want to use the child and victimize the child, or play mind games. I've never agreed with that. I mean, that's not fair to the kid, or not fair to the father or the parent. I always like to say, eventually those children are going to grow up and they'll know who's doing what. You don't have to show anything. You don't have to say anything negative. Eventually they'll learn themselves.
Mm-hmm. And to your point too, Jerome, and what you were saying, in most instances, you are going to get more from the parent that's completely involved and committed. So the money that they paying is they always go above and above and beyond, because you're caring for the child, like you said. So this is just for your basic necessities and your needs based upon whatever income, right? But then now, just like Sonia was saying, what if you go into private school? Now you got cheerleading camp. What if she was in gymnastics? Whatever, what preparatory or whatever extracurricular activities that you may have, right? Oh, I got this project, a class, whatever, and I'm steadily coming out because I care about you and because I love you, because you're my child and I'm here and I'm involved. Just as parents, we had to separate. Right. And so I think people get that they forget about the miscellaneous things that goes with parenting, not just making sure you got a roof over your head and the utilities and the food. It's all the other things that parents do that people forget about, that it costs in taking care of a child. And so over the course, it's a lot of money. Bless you. It's a lot of money that goes into rearing children. And so people miss that point. And so the only thing that they can think about is the dollar amount that has been quoted, right? And the socioeconomic status that you are in as well. See, we might say $55,000, that's a whole lot of money. Don't no kid need that every month, blah, blah, blah. But we not making millions.
It's true.
Neither she, maybe not.
How you know? How you know we're not making millions?
But she goes yet. I'm gonna put the yet on there. Okay.
Yeah.
We're not making, you know what I'm saying? We don't have this big contract, 55 million a year. You know what I'm saying? 25 million. We don't have that type of contract.
Man.
We ain't run, we not, and some of us ain't running in that circle with those people. Like you said, I'm presenting myself. It just reminds me of the movie Just Right. Oh, girl made sure she made sure she was in the right spots, right?
Yeah, she did.
Because I'm a marry a ball player, right? And so you have that in that section. So
when this thing take off, leave me. I'm a monk. Leave me alone. I don't know nobody.
Yeah, right.
Get away from me. I'm about this content. Leave me alone. Go talk to my homegirl kid. Go get her. Leave me. Get her off me. Leave me alone. Nah, you ain't allowing you, boy. We're gonna be in public. All that. Jeff didn't do nothing, but actually be a guest on the show. That's it. Because you even got them type of lawsuits, like when Michael Irvin almost lost everything when that lady said he tried to touch on her. When they showed the video, he didn't do nothing she claimed. He got fired for NFL Network, ESPN, everything. Like, y'all just rushed the judgment on the dude. And when y'all didn't come back and say, I'm bad. You didn't do nothing wrong. Like,
yeah.
It was video footage. Did y'all watch it? And he sued the lady for it too. Now we have the next topic, or the last one. How y'all like this? A lot of different topics in the show. How y'all feel?
That was good.
Okay, might keep going that route.
Yeah, the versatility, how you bounce around.
Right.
It's like, what's that? Around the Horn on ESPN. They just had a little topic.
It had a timer. We need a timer going. We got a countdown.
Yeah, they got the little countdown. Like,
Now, I saw this on Instagram where Detroit ranked #1 with STDs. With a lot of cities. Baltimore, Philly, a lot of predominant like known cities was on there. I'm like, to me, it's just like every time you look up and people start saying Detroit coming up, we doing this. Oh, by the way, y'all murder people. Oh, y'all got diseases. That's how I just look at like.
What source is this? Was this a legitimate source? I don't recall.
Yeah, it's going around on social media, but if you notice, it said sexually transmitted diseases. They listed Atlanta and Houston #1 for HIV. So it sounds like people in Detroit going around giving some stuff, but they ain't killing nobody. But in Houston and Atlanta, they said they #1 for HIV. So
said,
I just
we ain't
think
killing
everybody
nobody.
needs to be,
You just get a
everybody
little
needs to be
antibiotics, you'll
careful.
be all right.
Well, I was actually doing a meme and discussing that, and I tell everybody, especially I got a lot of friends, they've been married for years, they're getting back out there. I said, when you get to know that person, both of y'all go and get tested, get the results together. Stop trusting people. You got all of these ladies that, you know what, he said he got tested. I'm like, I remember watching something with a young lady who said the guy, he said he was clean. So, you know, she asked him, did he get tested? And he said, I'm clean. Long story short, he was HIV positive. When she caught it, he told her that he was meaning clean because he showered every day. So don't assume anything. Y'all can go to the health department. Y'all can go to your doctor's offices. Get it in writing.
Make it a
be
date.
able to show those STD results after you make a decision you want to be exclusive. Not friends with benefits, not getting to know each other, but we've decided we want to be exclusive and we're taking each other off the market. That's the best thing that you can do.
Oh, let me chime in this one, man. Sonya hit on some good things, and I'm here in Atlanta, and it's a lot of stuff on the other side, and y'all know what I'm talking about. And it's so bad with that when I first moved here, when I tell you the women got to protect themselves, like I'm talking just in conversation, like, hey, you sure you don't, like, hey, I can promise you that's not my lane. Like I wouldn't even play with you if that was what I was doing. I ain't gonna be low down. I would tell you that's what I'm on, but listen, I'm all about the woman and the women. Like that's why I came and approached you. I'm not on none of that other stuff. But they start out with that because it's so much of that here. And I was telling Jeff this earlier. What I'm finding out, and this is with the millennials, that's really scary. And I'm talking every nationality, ethnicity, it doesn't matter. It seems that in their culture, they focus more on the plan B instead of the STD. So everything is about what they can do to prevent a child, but it's not about preventing that STD. And it's amazing to me that they can think like that because when we was coming up, there was common sense. It's kind of like, okay, either A, you can get pregnant or get somebody pregnant if you're the guy, or B, you can catch an STD or give somebody an STD if you're out here not using protection and things like that. But it just seems like the generation now, this millennials, Generation Z, it seems like they're just living frivolously, and they're just going about just having fun, as what we would used to call people just having fun. And that fun is going to get this number that we're seeing to continue to rise the opposite direction instead of getting better, because people are just casually going out here playing with their lives. I remember telling some kids one time I had to do a presentation, and it was like the parents had to sign off the waiver for it. It was ninth graders and everything. And because we used to have health in high school and everything. And I was telling them, if I had a dozen of donuts and I injected one donut with poison, how many of you would play Russian roulette and eat one of the donuts? And none of the kids said, no, why would we do that? I said, so why would you go out here and play with your life, not knowing what that young lady has or the men that young boy she was with previously has, and you go in there and you do those things. And everybody you can see they was kind of looking like they caught it, like, whoa. It's Pastor Andre, Jeff. He said this a lot. Information can be taught, but revelation has to be caught. You got to catch certain things in life, and if you don't catch it, it's just you ain't gonna get it. You just gonna continue to keep on doing what you've been doing. And so for that, you know, what Sonia said, that was some real sound advice. It's one of those things where we got to stop going off of what somebody said. You know, because I'll be the first to tell a young lady, you know, anybody that I've ever dated, they can tell you. I'm the first to tell you, like, hey, once we get exclusive, we can go together. Do they accept this insurance? If they say no, I want you to come with me so you can see the results when I go over here. I don't want you to be, oh, he said, no, it ain't no said. I showed it to you. So some come back, don't come back to me talking about it, because we went together. You know what I'm saying? I seen what you had, you seen what I had. It is what it is. And I never had any shame or felt any type of way with doing that. I would bring it up because it's just like it gives both of us a sense of peace. Where if we're gonna go there, let's just, because stuff happens. Let's just be real. Yeah, something happens, that condom breaks and everything like that. I just want you to have one concern, pregnancy. I don't want you to have STD concern. That'd be the last thing I want you to be concerned about. And I just feel like more people need to be conscious of those things in the early stages so you can prevent yourself from going to the doctor and feeling, oh, I feel a way today, you know, type of thing. Like, huh? Like, you know, if you do that early on, you won't have to worry about those type of things because you was able to see those results. And if you got to do it once a year, hey, let's go. I ain't going to be offended. I got to go twice a year. Yeah. I ain't offended. Let's do it. You know, exactly, because we're together. It's like, I'm not trying to play with your life. I don't want you to play with mine. That's the way I look at it.
Mm-hmm. And if you are, what you're talking about is being responsible. Can we just go there? Like, nobody want to be responsible anymore. And Jeff, you put it out here. You say dating is hot and ready. Everybody hot and ready. It's free for all. Love is love right now, right? That's all we hear. So you don't know who doing what, when, where, and how. So you got to be responsible and take your life in your own hands. And just like Sonia said, like, okay, like we need to go get tested, regardless if you're going to be exclusive or you're not going to be exclusive. If you know you're going to be with this person, then you should be finding out their status before you be with them anyway, and still use protection. I'm like, is anybody using protection anymore? I mean, they still got Trojan commercials, you know what I'm saying? But how many people are actually using it? And just because you might be a woman who with another woman, that don't mean that you still shouldn't have no type of protection. If you a man with another man, you still gotta have protection. Like, so many people are okay with doing any and every and all. Let's be real, right? And so you gotta still take precaution. AIDS is still real. STDs are still rampant, as we've seen from the statistics that you just mentioned. So why are we pretending like it's not?
And the crazy part, if you go to, I know I go to Meijer a lot, get my mom stuff or get me something. Of all this time you see people restocking, you don't never see them over there restocking condoms. They buy the boatload over there. Don't never see nobody over there. Like, we got to restock this up because they just grabbing them by the pound. Like, we came up, everybody just say, man, look, can take all them cups, throw them thing, keep moving now. But she take a shot. She can take a shot for 6 months, not get pregnant, but that ain't got no mutant power to stop if you got syphilis or gonorrhea and you going in her. She gonna be like, what's going on? Where you been? And some of these dudes out here, they right, I don't know what you talking about. Who you been messing with? Knowing he the only one she messing with. Right. He gave it to him. But he gonna try that Jedi mind trick. Man, you been out here doing something. Why you playing with me? And some buy into it, unfortunately. Like,
right. And that
ain't been with nobody else.
That has a lot to do with age too. So a lot of it depends on your age range or your age bracket. But a lot of young individuals, and I used to teach, unfortunately, they are seriously into, and I don't know if I can say this, but they're more so into anal sex than regular intercourse. And the problem with anal is that area is very sensitive and it's, more blood. So you are going to catch a STD a lot faster. And the statistics show a woman and a woman is the least amount of STDs,
Mm-hmm.
and then a man is the highest amount of STDs, and then a heterosexual couple is right in the middle. But either way, you need to be, careful.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what the younger folks are into the back door. That's the problem. They need to watch that, but it's a lot of them doing it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it.
There you have it. That's
hot and ready.
Hey, hot and ready like the Little Caesars right there. That's that hot and ready is it's crazy, but it's the truth,
And it's only January.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's only January, man. I just think people got to be more conscious of, because we grew up where people was R&B was a thing when we was coming up in them 90s. R&B.
Mm-hmm.
It went from the pop to the R&B. Yeah, we had the gangster rap and all that, but R&B was winning. And I just remember when I went off to state in 96, I remember when they first came out with Napster and how you could burn the
just make your little slow CD.
So the artists out there like you, Jeff, they wouldn't have liked me at that time. But I just remember making like CDs and different things, and I remember and being in college to where you're supposed to be having a study group and things like that. And if you messed around and played your CD, like, oh, play the next one. Like, no. I'm begging people, like, no, like not this CD. Like, let's listen to something else. You don't want this one to keep playing because we're gonna go from studying to something else. I'm like, no, not this, not right now. I gotta focus. I gotta pass this test because.
He got the mood music.
Yeah, hey, the mood.
I'm gonna be slow stroking if you keep it on.
Hey, you don't want them.
I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that. You remember they used to have the BET After Dark and all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You don't that CD. You don't want that type of stuff, but because look good can get you in trouble if you don't watch it. I just think the generation that's out here, the kid called it. We're gonna call it the hot and ready. Hot and ready. I mean. It's crazy to think about that, but you just think about it and it's like, hey, no, you can't be ready. No.
In the room playing that tell me what you want.
That section, that aisle, that they got plenty of those things over there. And if you don't know how to use those things, it's a tutorial on YouTube. Please look at it.
It's on the rapper on what to do. If reading is fun.
They ain't gonna read. Just look at a YouTube video. Look at a YouTube
That's
video.
me. I don't like reading. I just read. I just look at it, try to figure it out.
Put some pictures on there.
I know that's all I need is pictures. And then I'll be frustrated when I can't figure it out.
Oh man.
What figure is this?
Hey, so he said she just give her some pictures.
I don't even have to look at the pictures. It has to make sense. I take it out and I have to be able to put it together. That's all I'm doing. My ex used to always put stuff together. I can't do it. Now I can cook. That's my area of expertise, and my specialty is cooking.
Okay.
And that'll get you far these days.
Yeah,
Yeah, some people don't cook.
Some people don't cook. As we see the young lady.
I just did a video about that. Women don't cook. I don't.
Yeah, I saw that video. Like,
I don't get it though. I'm like, I think they think you're supposed to take them to these high fancy restaurants and that's it.
Yeah. But that's another topic for you, Jeff, too.
Yes.
Because you hear over the years that women are the table. I am the table. People say, "What do you bring to the table?"
Mm-hmm.
And some women that say, "I am the table." That's a topic in itself right there because what Sonia's talking about it's a lot of the modernized today women that doesn't have the old school values, and they're not cooking. And they'll tell you in a heartbeat, I'm not cooking.
Mm-hmm. And they proud. Not only do they not
like
cook,
you said, proud.
They'll tell you they
right
have no
about that.
desire to learn how to cook.
You're right.
I'm not gonna cook. I don't want to learn how to cook. I just don't cook. I'd be like,
get your mama to cook. Like,
yeah. Hey, better get somebody. They'll tell you to me. Better get somebody else to do it. Like, woo.
I worked all day. I don't have time to be cooking.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Man,
It's a lost art.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we'll leave it to you ladies to kick it off. What's your closing remarks?
Oh, kid,
What?
yeah, like she trying to be. I'm gonna be cool. I don't want to say on that one.
No, hey kid, don't you hold back when these closing remarks come. Don't you hold back. You give it
ground flow, man. We keep it all
I told the closing remarks.
And these closing remarks, you give it to these
ground flow,
they
man.
need to hear.
Somebody,
we need to come down somebody's aisle today.
You so silly. No, really though. I mean, I think the whole time that everything we've been talking about just says it all. We are in a hot and ready generation. It don't have nothing to do with age. Right? So we talked about millennials, Gen Z. It's everybody. It's just a generation of itself. In the hot and ready. We've been hearing about older people that still get in the prevalence of STDs amongst those that are older. So it's just hot and ready. Everybody just out here with free fall doing whatever. We need to come back together and have some class, some character, and some morals around here, right?
You gotta reel it in, huh?
Yeah. We'll wheel it back in. But yeah, that topic for discussion. I'm with you on how things have changed, how roles have changed. But yeah, we got to protect ourselves, man. We got to protect ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. That's it in a nutshell. Because it is not dating right now is not for the faint of heart.
What they say. That is what they saying out there. I hear it a lot.
Damn.
So you got for the people.
I think that we just need to watch the way we treat people. And sometimes, women, a lot of times it's women. I have to say it's mostly women because on a date, we're being picked up. The guys are taking us. Be nice. Treat a person how you want to be treated. Respect the person's dime as well as their time. Don't be outrageous and ordering things that you don't normally order. Stay within your price range. If he decided he didn't want to pay for the meal, be able to afford to pay for that meal yourself. And on the STD part, I'll say, I've already talked about, trusting the person, getting to know that person, and also getting tested together. So.
Hey, that's good.
Shout out to your people, Rome.
Hey, I see it. Hey, man, appreciate that. That's probably Los out there. Los and Suge, we appreciate that. Hey, I'll say this because we did this on our show one time, and somebody brought it up. And what Kia touched on, what Sonia touched on, is we're in an instant gratification generation. The young, the old, the middle age. Everybody wants it instantly. We do an episode we call it Big Mama Isms over there. And what we say is there used to be a time Big Mama would make, something that you knew was going to take time, and it might have been a pot roast or grits. None of this instant grits, none of that. We didn't have that. We had real grits, and it took time. And everybody right now, it's like they want to put it in a microwave and 30 seconds later be a millionaire, multi-millionaire, billionaire. And we have to take a moment to slow down and really look at what's going on in our life. Some people say that they want a relationship, but if you really look at what you're doing, you want a friend with benefits. Just be real with yourself.
Be honest.
We grown men and women, and sometimes you just got to be honest with yourself. You saying you want a husband, you saying you want a wife, but your actions is showing and lining up with something totally different. So sometimes we got to be real with ourselves. And
good point.
Oh, there we go. Hey, sometimes we got to be real with ourselves, and we got to do that thing. And I always tell everybody, I'll end with this. A lot of the pastors out there love to tell the whole Ruth story all day long. Ruth, we got her Boaz. Well, one thing they don't talk about is how she strategically positioned herself to be noticed by Boaz.
Yeah.
The second thing about Boaz is he was significantly older than her. We don't know what that really technically means. We don't know if that was 15 years, 25 years, 30 years. So all y'all that's looking at these old men, what that 50-year-old doing with that 25-year-old? Guess what? You better think about that Boaz, because The Bible didn't tell you he had to be a certain age for you to get married. It didn't tell you you had to be married by a certain age. So if you really truly want to be married, just pray to God that he send you that Boaz, that you have the discernment to know when he comes along. And just like Sierra, get your list. Have your list, so when that person's in front of you, you don't ignore him and keep moving. You would know that that's him, and then you will be able to, here's my number, proceed. That's my take. I'll pass to my bro.
A lot of good stuff heard, and accountability, conversations. And really, are you good ground or are you quicksand? A lot of people think they the stuff. I got it going on. I'm a good person, but really, you out here slutting. You just want to get yours, have a good time, and that's it. But you ain't grown and mentally mature enough to be that honest with that person. She might be down for the cause. That you might got the right night. Now I'm ready. Like, you know what? I just want to get some crown and go back to the room and do our thing. But you keep lying, saying I want to pick the fence, the dog. You ain't no damn well you don't want to be married to nobody. You just out here in these streets. So people need to start getting back to the old school being grown. Because Big Mama always taught you, be honest. You ain't got to lie about nothing. Lying gonna lead to a whole lot of can of worms that you can't put back in the box. Get your car blown up, all the crazy stuff that go with that, because she bought into your 2 dogs, 2 garage, and you want. So if you're dating, fellas, ask a zillion questions. Don't get on a date and have a girl ordering all these meals that you ain't know she had kids. Come on, man. That's the first thing. Do you got some kids? Now, what's your family life like? That is a basic question. Now, if she lied to you, shame on her. But you need to ask these basic things. And if y'all really start getting serious, why don't y'all have a date? Let's go get tested.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at a future. Let's go farther down the road. And with this, we do this test. This is the new status. This is where we at now. So I'm negative, you negative. Any problems come along, ain't no, I don't know what, ain't no Jody or Sally came along, you out here bullshit. Because we both got the test. And we're supposed to be 1 times 1 building one entity that'd be awesome. I got this fire water that I should have right now. Because what's going on, boo? Be honest even then when that happens.
Right.
Because y'all can still talk it out, work it out. But when you start lying, that's when people want to bush head to the white meat. Cause like, dude, if you just told me what's going on, okay, stuff happens. But we looking at 50. We're too damn grown in these streets to be lying about something. Anybody watching this episode, to me, if you're 21, you grown as hell. You know right from wrong. I don't hear you still a young pup. Nah, you grown as hell. But I'd be nice. You 30. You grown. Quit playing with me. Why you still lying?
Right.
Because them consequences coming. And them consequences ain't going to be pretty when you doing dirt. And hopefully one day we get these laws changed with the foolish athletes that's wasting their money with these women.
Oh, yeah.
And then they cry about all of the, oh my God, I'm paying a zillion. They do symposiums when they first come into the league. So you can't say we didn't teach you. So you got to use some sense on whatever walk of life you in. I hope y'all enjoyed the panel. We're going to start doing more topics.
And I was going to say, and on that, the only thing we want positive is your attitude.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Yep. That guy, you got to have positive attitude.
Positive attitude.
Fella, you're around a beautiful woman, want to spend time with you. That's a beautiful moment.
Yeah, that's true.
You should have a smile on your face. If you don't, brother, go talk to God something. You put all this work in, looking dapper, got a little money in your pocket, and she actually went out with you. You winning. Go shine. Talk, laugh with it, joke with it, have a good time. Call it beautiful. It works. Now you hustlers, don't you use it. Don't be out here lying. Be honest with them. Just saying, be honest. So hope y'all enjoyed this show. We're gonna be back next week. Hopefully, same panel if they available. Cause we got the female perspective. And we still gonna keep it on against ground floor. We gotta keep it a buck. Can't lie to you. I know my girl Kid got a little bit more, but she trying to be church respectful. I appreciate that, but we go way back. She gonna have okay, baby, go to the front. Now, why the hell you woo? That big mom in there. It's gonna come out. We gotta tape to the carpet sometimes, get them right so they can be that worthy wife and husband. You know, it's all love. We all love here. Hope y'all enjoy yourself this weekend. If you're still going out, hydrate, be safe. Until next time.
Have a good night.
Bye, guys.